What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva. I hope you are well. You're having an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. 3 signs that says and shows you that you are still in trauma. Number 1, you are restless. Number 2, you are irritable. Number 3, you are discontent. It's very interesting because I heard these 3 words when I first came into recovery. I'm part of a 12-step program. And I remember people talking about being restless, irritable, and discontent. And as I worked a 12-step program and I continued then to further work on myself in mind, body, spirit, and now I specialize in mental health and addiction and well-being and really I allowed myself to really connect with who I am and to go through the healing process and to look at traumas, to look at the light and the shadow. And over the years, I've been a real guinea pig to finding solution. And one of the things that I've realized is when we are triggered by things, we are often restless, irritable, discontent. When someone triggers us, our behavior, our emotions, and it makes us angry, frustrated, sad, resentful, depressed, stressed, it doesn't matter. When you get triggered in that way, it's a trauma that's still within the body. Now listen, trauma can be something that's something that's small or something that's huge. People often bat away emotions that are still stored in the body, in the mind, and we think, no, I don't hold the famous words, oh, I don't have any trauma. It's like when I used to say I didn't have any addictions, and then when I started to uncover and discover me being restless, irritable, and discontent, I've realized, wow, I'm addicted to a lot of things. And it's not addicted in the sense of, I was trying to escape. I was trying to escape the pain, the trauma, that restlessness, the irritability, and feeling discontent in something. I didn't know what. And it was in mind, body, spirit. My mind was constantly going and my body was feeling that trauma. And I was constantly in suffering. And when you're in suffering, in whatever that means to you, whether it is mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, there is a trauma there. There is an underlying, a root cause of a problem that keeps resurfacing. And the root cause of that problem, until it's looked at, it will always be triggered. Now, the mind being the most powerful machine on this planet, and we don't even know how powerful it is, but we know it's very powerful, will remember everything. And it may not remember in a sense of labels, but what it will do is emotionally, as we connect with mind, body, spirit, if we're in a position where something gets triggered, it will remind us of an old experience. We may not even remember what that experience is, but we certainly remember that emotion. We know how it made us feel, and it gets triggered. And if you don't look at these things, you will constantly and continuously experience those traumas. You will always be restless, irritable, discontent. And until you look at that problem, and it's not just one thing, it will be various things. Why? Because one thing leads to another. And if you are not looking at your traumas, your suffering, your experiences, your emotions, if you're not dealing with them, they will continuously manifest in different ways. And what you're doing by not dealing with these things, by not looking at the root cause of the problem, pulling the weeds out by the root, not just cutting the top, because then it just keeps growing back into a weed and then it spreads and it continues to grow into more weeds. Tackle the problem at the root. When you tackle the problem at the root, that's it. You are then able to work on other things. And this is the most important lesson here. When you are feeling, when you get triggered, restless, irritable, discontent, you will then be able to live a happier and more fulfilled life. You will find yourself getting triggered less. You will find yourself actually being quite happy and calm and focused. But also you will have a lot of clarity. You're not going to have that foggy mind. So really do the work on yourself, because if you are still being triggered, there is still work that needs to be done. And it's not something that should be looked as a chore. Look at it as something that's going to be rewarding, because the work that you do, the reward at the other end is going to be so much greater than the suffering you're currently experiencing. Short-term pain, long-term gain. I say this to clients all the time. Short-term pain, long-term gain. The pain, the experience that you go through is so much shorter than the experience you're going to have at the other end. The return on investment is 100x, more. Spend that time on yourself. Have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your comments. I love to hear from you. If there is anything that I can do, a video in particularly that you would like me to, a topic you want me to talk to on, let me know. I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care.